There are warnings about looming federal budget cuts all the time, but federal cuts are already putting a damper on a winter fun area right here near Albuquerque. And if you're one of the families that makes the annual trip up to the Sandias to go sledding, News 13's Nancy Laughlin has some news for you. Nancy?
Dick, officers with the Forest Service say they started staffing the Capulan sledding area after a child was partially paralyzed there 2 years ago. Now the Forest Service can't afford to do it anymore.
For so many New Mexicans,
we come up here every time it snows.
This is a winter tradition.
It's very fun. You get to go with your family.
Heading up the back of the Sandias and sliding down the hill. The favorite spot for sledders, the Capulan snow play area just past the ski area. It opens December 17th, but this year will be very different.
We're going to open Capulan, and we're going to only be open on Saturdays between noon and 3:30 p.m.
For years, it was a free-for-all. You could sled here all day long, 7 days a week, no supervision. But that all changed 2 years ago.
It was a sledding accident. A child was struck by another sledder.
That child was partially paralyzed, so the Forest Service started staffing Capulan, bringing in 3 or 4 officers on Fridays and weekends to make sure people followed rules.
And we did see a dramatic decrease in the amount of injuries.
But the Forest Service is facing budget cuts and can now only afford to staff this area 1 day a week. That means it's open 3.5 hours on Saturdays. That's it.
Now the Forest Worker Service say they're very serious about this. They say if you go into an area that's closed, you will be fined. And by the way, the family you saw in that video was sliding down a small hill at a picnic area and not Capulan. Back to you.
They were having fun. Thanks, Nancy. The Forest Service says some of the rules at Capulan include no drinking while sledding, no more than 2 people on a sled at a time, no human chains, and no glass containers.